3D printing tips that many of you have been asking in the comment section of what you would like to know. Now here's another good question. Scaling. This person commented on YouTube, how do I scale non-real items to myself as usable, for example, if I wanted to print a helmet but the template is too small? As you can see, when it comes to getting the correct helmet size you need, depending on the printer, because if you have smaller printers, such as like a build plate of 220 by 220 millimeters, you'll have to slice those helmets into parts. Unless the helmet file does come into pieces, then that'll be okay. Here's what you need to do. I would recommend that you get a fabric measuring tape and measure around your head. What number you get on the measuring tape is what you will calculate and convert it into a diameter size measurement. This is a good example. My head size is a size 24 inch around. Diameter wise is about 7.5. Now, when it comes to helmet sizing and scaling the helmet correctly to fit your head, I would recommend that if you do not have this slicer setting, this right here is called Measure. It's a measuring tool that you can go to the marketplace up here in the corner. There we go. Measuring tool. Here it is. Now, the measuring tool will look like this. It'll look like a ruler. Now, the measuring tool is very important to help get the right size. I love this tool, and I would highly recommend that you go install it. But when you click install, it'll ask you to close out of your slicer software, so that way when you close it out, wait 5 to 10 seconds for the slicer software system to download it and install it into its software. Then you can click on your software and it will pull up right here and you'll have this measuring tool. You can switch the units from microns, millimeters, centimeters, meters, inches, and feet. I would recommend doing millimeters, which is default, but if you're doing your helmet size and everything like that, I recommend putting it to inches, which is nice that they add that. But here's the thing. When it comes to helmets, make sure that when you put one here, make sure to put them in the spots where it would touch your ears, where it's the widest on those spots. Make sure to put one there, and then put one there. And as you can see, that is 8.045 inches width-wise. Now, when it comes to helmet scaling to what you want it to be, there are three things actually. There are three things that you would need to do. And here's the first thing. The first thing is if you're using this helmet just for padding, like you'll put padding on the top here, or like one on the side here and one on the side here, and then probably one on the cheek here and here, I would recommend that you scale it to the helmet size you need. Like let's say you're size 24, scale it up to 8 inches inside the head, so that way it fits that and fits some cushioning in there. If you're doing electronics, such as like a microphone, fans, and a battery system to be able to keep that all going and charged and everything, I would recommend that you scale it up, which, by the way, you can scale it up to about 108. And then you do this so that way, just in case it fits on the build plate. Sometimes it'll do that and be like, oh yeah, it'll fit. No, don't. Just turn it that way. And then right click and auto arrange all models. Now we set it to a scale of 108%. Your helmet size inside will be 8.7. We're rounding up the number here to 7, so 8.7. That's the helmet size I would say if you're adding like a microphone and fans and a battery, so that way your helmet will be a little bigger, but it will fit the certain electronics that you need. But yeah, that is how you scale a helmet to the certain size you need it to be in the digital version to make it look like it's the real version.